sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thanks, babe.
You're welcome.
Just leave me to do it all.
You're good at it.
Uh-huh.
Good
How's
evening.
everybody doing tonight? Sorry
Good
about that. I was, yeah.
That's okay. I'm checking to make sure that we're live where we're supposed to be and nothing's loading as fast as it should be.
Right.
So,
Yes,
good evening, everybody.
Things aren't working and stuff.
That's all right. When, would it be a live show if everything went right? No.
No.
It wouldn't.
No.
But anyways, it's Sunday, November 16th, 2025. Welcome.
Is that what it is?
That is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would make it the
33rd Sunday
in ordinary time. Okay. I still don't think my chat's working. We close that. Sorry, people.
Yeah, it hadn't populated your view count yet.
Yeah, it should have done that.
It usually does that by now. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, I've got a YouTube stream. I have a Rumble stream.
All right.
See if I have an X stream. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Rumble. How doing?
Yeah. Do you think this is our first show?
No, it's not. It's just
We're live on X.
it's one of them days. Oh yeah, there we are. We're live on X.
Yeah, I'm just the chat's not working.
That's okay. Oh hey, there's their view count. There you go.
Oh hey,
All right.
okay, maybe it is working.
Let me hop into it and see what we got on.
Well, no, we're only getting the YouTube view count.
Yeah. Let me see.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
Let me close it out and reopen it one more
It'll
time.
populate.
Let's just to be sure. Sorry, people.
Triple check it.
Yeah. That source is active.
Okay. Yeah.
That's up.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well,
let's see if something will come through.
Yeah. Anyway, even if it doesn't, sorry.
Yeah. There you go. It is.
Okay.
It's in there.
We're in there.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
Well, the chat is working, so that's fun.
Yep. Okay. There's all the numbers. Everything's up and working.
Sweet.
Awesome.
As it should be.
We're not talking to ourselves.
Good deal.
Yeah.
That's always nice.
Not that it matters.
Well, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody will watch this later.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, yeah. To the show.
Yes.
As she was saying, it is the 33rd Ordinary and Sunday time.
Yep.
And as I like to call it, this is really getting my nerves. Okay. Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, or the 23rd Sunday after Pentecost if you go by the old calendar.
Yes.
Or if you're on the 62 missal or pre-55.
Right. The old calendar.
Yeah, if you're a TLM Catholic, not a Novus Ordo Catholic.
Right.
Or if you're like us and you live in both worlds, then it's both Sundays for you.
Yeah.
Because we went to both Sundays.
Yep.
And
it was one of those days where if I personally hadn't already decided like 2 weeks ago that I just couldn't be a fence sitter anymore, I just couldn't make excuses anymore. I've exhausted my excuse bucket. I just I can't. I can't do it. Um but today's two services were uh what's
I got
up?
my hoodie on backwards now. Don't you have twins you should be taking care of, sir?
I was just about to say if it isn't our new twin dad.
Evening, Ginny. He's
Michael was
neglecting his children already. Man, that didn't take long.
Hey, in his defense, he's already been pooped on and peed on.
Yeah, well, he's got twins. Of course he did.
Yeah. Well, anyways, congratulations to you guys.
Yes,
Very-
yes. A public congratulations to Dan, MMO show.
Yes. Him and his wife.
Him and his wife just had twins,
Yes.
a boy and a girl.
Yes. Healthy babies.
Benedict
healthy
and
moms.
Scholastica.
That's not their name.
That's not their name. It should have been their names.
But that's
I'm looking at you, Dan. It should have been their names.
that's all right. Hey, they confirmation saints, man.
Yeah, there you go.
We got a second
Confirmation
chance on
saints.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, God bless you guys. I know that it's it's got to be something, two of them at the same time.
Yeah.
God bless you. Maybe this is it's all for your own sanctification. Really, just remember that.
Well, I will also say, honestly, I'm sure it is going to be very much a blessing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But also, people, please pray for Dan and his wife.
Yeah.
The Garings,
Yeah.
because it's going to be tough too.
Yeah.
It's going to be real tough.
Yeah. We have one in the teenage years, and if I had two of them scheming together,
Yeah.
I'd have as many gray hairs as Tom does.
Yeah. So I don't have any hair left up here.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to what you were talking about being a habitual fence sitter.
Yeah. I decided that I couldn't do that anymore. But today, if I hadn't already decided that, right? But then I experienced today, I think this would have been the thing where I would have just been like,
Yeah, I mean,
I can't do it anymore.
We'll
right?
talk about after we do our readings. We'll talk about the masses we went to. But yes, the two masses we went to today could not have been any more different. Like in so many different ways, it was like they're like,
It's almost
how is this even the same thing? How are we both considered the same thing?
that was it was almost like two different denominations,
Yeah,
and not like
not in a horrible way. Like yeah, like don't get me wrong, not like in a blasphemous or any type of way. It's just
a
the
very
difference in
different-
seriousness people take. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a very different experience. It's
Yeah.
one of those things where you just can't deny the differences, whether it be the way that the mass is held, or just the people in attendance.
Yeah,
It was one of those days.
yeah, and the homilies were just completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homily and
Hamilton.
Nice.
And we've been raided
Oh,
again.
gosh. Here come the Mormons.
One of these days, we're gonna put the fences up to stop this
I
from
doubt it.
happening.
I don't think so.
But until that day happens,
That's all right. We're
we're just vulnerable to being raided.
It is, yeah. And Dan, we do remember their names. It's not our place to put them out there. So
Right? Yeah.
much like John's daughter will choose her own gender one day. We figured that's not our. I don't know. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
You're a grown up. You have your own show,
Yeah. We're not trying to dox your children.
right? Yeah.
Although everybody at 4472 East Maple Street.
In East St. Louis.
Yeah, East St. Louis. Yeah, East St. Louis.
East St. Louis. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was funny. But yeah, so we went to both masses. We did our 8 a.m. here at Blessed Sacrament for the 33rd Sunday in ordinary time.
33rd
then-
ordinary and Sunday time.
And then we drove to Springfield for the 23rd Sunday after Pentecost.
Yes.
So
And I know I've said it before, but I will say it again. It is such a blessing having a group like the Canons Regular of St. John Cantius within an hour's drive of our house.
yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
'Cause it's different. Like I know A lot of people drive 2 hours for a diocesan in Latin mass, which is fine.
still,
It's still a
yeah.
lot, but it's a diocesan priest, and they're different.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys this is their thing.
They only have that one congregation of people to worry about. That's their
Yes, and they
entire
have
job.
many more
And they have a
vocations
different
because they have a lot of priests.
yeah.
It's not like your average parish where the priest is an administrator more than he is a priest, and that kind. I don't know.
Yeah. They're able to focus more on like the religious vocation.
It's very much
religious
like
side of their vocation.
it's very much like how a parish would have been in the flourishing days pre-Vatican II.
Yeah.
Um, when there was more than enough vocations to go around, and priests were busy being priests and not administrators and parish council.
Well, yeah, because you had
things,
the
you know what I
you
mean?
had the nuns doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, it is nice having a group like that so close.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm here in Illinois. They're also up in Chicago.
Mhm.
And then a little bit in the suburban areas.
Yeah, little west of Chicago in the suburbs. But yeah, it's pretty much the three parishes they have. The main one being St. John Canius in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
We're like a little satellite location, but
Right.
it's nice to have,
Yeah.
especially in this day and age with masses getting canceled and stuff. Just knowing that, like,
That order is going to be doing the same thing that they've always
yeah,
done.
they're an indult order, just like the SSPX is an indult order, just like the
The
FSSP is an indult order, just like the ICKSP.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have indults, even through barring Traditionis Custodes. Like these guys have indults to do the mass.
Right. Yeah.
They it doesn't hurt them in the eyes of the hierarchy that they also do the Novus Ordo.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely reverent,
Right. Yeah.
but it's still a Novus Ordo.
But they still offer it.
Yeah. So they do still offer it for those people who want that. I don't know who those people are, but apparently they exist.
I don't know.
I think it's honestly like I've heard it said, and I agree 100%. Like experienced an extremely reverent Novus Ordo is kind of like the last straw. It was that second Latin Novus Ordo. It was like the last straw for the Novus Ordo. I'm like, this just kind of points out all its flaws and weaknesses and how it's really just made up. Nothing flows. It's not organic. Like,
yeah, it's very
it doesn't work.
scripted.
It doesn't work when you do it reverently like that.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't work when you do it reverently like that. Also, even the amount of reverence that you put into it doesn't counterbalance the
Yes.
curated, man-made, scripted.
What was that? What was that he was saying yesterday? There's not enough sacred.
Yeah.
There's not. It doesn't matter how.
Sacredity.
Sacrality. Yeah, but either way, it doesn't matter how reverent you make it if there's no sacred, if it's not sacred at all. There's no sacrality, if you will, no sacredness in it at all.
Yeah.
And they took
Very
all the sacred
casual.
out of the mass.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of like it makes that obvious when you see the really, really reverent ones, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a noticing.
Yeah, that was my big tipping point.
Yeah.
But like I said, for now, I don't know, man. I'm gonna finish my first year being Catholic, doing what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Just we're one foot in, one foot out, and just waiting.
Yeah.
Listening to God. We're if I don't get any like, this is where I want you in the Novus Ordo. And
There's no clear instruction.
If there's no clear instruction, then it's like, all right, I'm out. I'm just gonna go live a normal Catholic life, as people did in the pre-conciliar world.
Yeah.
Before Vatican II, Catholics had very specific devotions and things they did every day and ways they lived their lives, and that's how I want to do it.
Yeah.
And
when you look at society back then and just people's general welfare overall, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Society benefited because everybody was doing the same thing. I mean, obviously not the exact same things, but you still had you at least had 2 or 3 things a week that you were going like your devotions, and you may switch it up or whatever, but it's still extra. It's extra steps. It's extra stuff that you're doing for personal development, for religious development,
Right.
for spiritual health, and that stuff. It's got the ripple effects. The same way that our negative stuff has ripple effects, the positive stuff has ripple effects.
Yes.
So,
Also, Stacks and JC and all snuck in here on us.
oh,
Who let
hey
them
guys,
in?
how you doing? Good
Yes.
evening.
So anyway, that's enough rambling about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Is this like pretty much become our show now? We just go in and ramble about the mass.
No. Well, no. I mean, we do a little. We do a little. Get some
No,
stuff
I know. I hear you. I
out
hear
in
you.
the out at first, and then we do the readings, and then we touch back on what we.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I know.
It's a unofficial flow to the show.
Right. We complain about the mass. We do some readings. We complain about the mass.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say complain.
That sounds like complaining.
Commentary. We have commentary.
Yeah. Anyway,
We have
let's get to the
opinion.
readings, and then yes, we will talk about 2 masses we went to today.
All right. So, for the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time, our theme for this Sunday is the Lord comes to rule the earth with justice. Anytime we read that our armed forces are in a state of alert somewhere in the world, we know that there is a threat to our security. Alertness is good and necessary. When the Internal Revenue Service is about to check our files, we are alert and check first. Quite a few disasters, explosions, and fires could have been prevented if those in charge would have been as alert as they should have been. Persons chosen to high office must submit themselves to scrutiny. If they have been honest, they can open their books fearlessly. Such people have been on alert all their lives, and they have no need for fear or no need to fear the day of scrutiny. A concept found in the Bible time and time again is the day of the Lord, often called the day or that day. It is a day of darkness and fear, a day of wrath and destruction. God will intervene in favor of the righteous and punish the wicked. Gradually, that day, in the perspective of the prophets, is delayed to the end time. In the New Testament, that day is connected with Jesus Christ's second coming to judge the living and the dead. When the day of the Lord is mentioned, a warning to be alert goes with it. The Lord could come at a moment you least expect. During the fall of the year, the time of harvest, and end time for farmers, the church has us read about that day. Be on alert. The Lord comes to rule the earth with justice.
Okay.
All right.
You're good?
Yeah.
You read your thing now?
Read my thing.
All right. You're sure? You're sure that's how it said? Okay. A reading from the book of Malachi.
It's Malachi.
You told me it was Malachi.
No.
I'm just kidding. I know.
That was a bit, ladies and gentlemen. He's here all week. Malachi. Good.
The prophet
God.
Malachi? That's not correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
you're sure?
No. Yeah. That's not it.
Okay. All right. I thought that was it. All right. A reading from the book of the prophet Malachi. That just doesn't feel right.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway. Lo, the day is coming, blazing like an oven, when all the proud and all evildoers will be stubble. And the day is coming. The day that is coming will set them on fire, leaving them neither root nor branch, says the Lord of hosts. But for you who fear my name, there will arise the Sun of Justice with its healing rays. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. And it's pronounced Malort.
The prophet Malort. You're sure about that? All right.
No, Def is sure about that.
These glasses suck.
Yeah. If you lived in our area, I have a dude. I got a dog training dude. But that's exciting that you got a doggo for the farm.
Nice.
They're relatively smart. I mean, they're intelligent dogs. I don't know about how easy they are to train, but
yeah,
you should be all right. All right. To the responsorial psalm from Psalm 98. The Lord comes to rule the earth with justice. Sing praise to the Lord with the harp and melodious song, with trumpets and the sound of the horn. Sing joyfully before the King, the Lord. The Lord comes to rule the earth with justice. Let the sea and what fills it resound, the world and those who dwell in it. Let the rivers clap their hands, the mountains shout with them for joy. The Lord comes to rule the earth with justice. Before the Lord, for he comes to rule the earth. He will rule the world with justice and his peoples with equity. The Lord comes to rule the earth with justice.
All right.
It was very weird seeing equity in the Bible. Or not, this isn't the Bible, but seeing equity in the reading. And I really want to go find Psalm 98 and see if it's actually the word that David used way back when.
Right. Well, equity has come to mean something different
No,
too.
yeah,
So let's keep that in mind.
right.
But yes, who knows what translation they're using in the Novus Ordo Mass? We've already seen ones that don't quite line up with the actual readings of the scripture.
Yeah.
So, which is why, again, the 1 year lectionary is great because all the readings line up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, a reading from the second letter of St. Paul to the Thessalonians. Brothers and sisters, you know how one must imitate us, for we did not act in a disorderly way among you, nor did we eat food received free from anyone. On the contrary, in toil and drudgery, night and day, we worked so as not to burden any of you. Not that we did not have the right, rather, we wanted to present ourselves as a model for you, so that you might imitate us. In fact, when we were with you, we instructed you that if anyone was unwilling to work, neither should that one eat. We hear that some are conducting themselves among you in a disorderly way. By not keeping busy, but minding the business of others. Such people were instruct and urge in the Lord Jesus Christ to work quietly and to eat their own food. The word of the Lord.
Thanks
be to God.
I think my favorite part of that reading is here at the end, where it says that some of you are conducting yourselves in a disorderly way by not keeping busy and minding the business of others.
Yeah.
And that
Also,
those people don't deserve to eat, and also they should seek instruction from the Lord Jesus Christ.
yeah, no, it's honestly in a time right now where it's so everybody's talking about, obviously, people that take advantage of the welfare systems, whether it be SNAP or whether it be Medicaid or whether it be illegals coming to this country just to sit around getting benefits for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
and then of course you got the U.S. Conference of Bishops and people in the Vatican saying, "Oh, we got to stop the deportations and welcome your brother." And it's like, look, it says right here,
It says
if you're not willing to work, you're not going to eat.
Yep.
It's not up to us to take care of you.
Nope.
And
even if you do think that you have the right to it, like that's not
now that's also doesn't mean don't help the poor. When people are downtrodden, help them, but also
yeah.
they have to be helping themselves as well.
Right. Well, in helping them, it's, maybe they don't have a field to tend. So come tend my field and then have dinner with me and my family. And
Right.
here's some money for your day's wages.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, those are the types of things, not just here's a sack of coins, go do what thou wilt.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yes, you should help the poor, but also it doesn't, people need to earn their way.
Right. Yeah.
There's one thing when people are on hard times, help them out.
Mm-hmm.
But, if there's people that live their whole life receiving help and benefits without doing any work themselves.
Right.
That is not okay.
No.
And that is not Christian charity.
Well, it starts out as charity, but then it settles into an expectation and I deserve this.
Yeah.
And like that's not good for the individual.
Yeah, I think that's like kind of the biggest problem I see right now in the Catholic hierarchy. I would say the hierarchy, the bishops, the cardinals, the people of the Vatican, is that they are overly focused on corporal works of mercy.
Right.
And they have completely abandoned spiritual works of mercy.
Right.
And it's
the spiritual works of mercy are
much more important.
In my opinion, more important.
Right. Yes, we need to help each other with the, giving food to the hungry and, clothing the naked, but also the spirit, the need to correct each other, the need to call out to rebuke the sinner, call out their sin, tell them, look, you're going to hell if you keep doing this.
Shine the light in their darkness and their blind spots.
Yeah. Those things are far more important to help the spiritually
Right.
poor.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's really one of the bigger things. And Jesus says, "Look after the poor. It's the spiritually poor."
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong. Also, the people who are poor. Don't you want to watch people
But
suffer?
yeah, the poor in
But
spirit
the poor in
need
spirit
just
are
as
the
much
ones.
help
Yeah, yeah,
because they're like, if they remain poor in spirit, they're always going to be poor.
yeah. I don't know.
Like they'll never, I don't know, have the gumption to do what needs to be done. Um.
Yes, something like that,
Oh
JC.
yeah. Yeah.
We can paraphrase. It's cool.
Paraphrasing the JC, uh, the 17th translation.
Right.
All right. So we got a gospel reading to
Oh
finish.
yeah, we still got a gospel reading to do,
Yeah.
and we still got the Latin mass readings to do. Wow.
So it'll be the gospel according to Luke, and it is as follows. While some people were speaking about the temple, or while some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, "All that you see here, the days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down." Then they asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen?" He answered, "See that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for such things must happen first, but it will not immediately be the end." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky. Before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. They will hand you over to the synagogues and to prisons, and they will have you be led before kings and governors because of my name. It will lead you to give your testimony. Remember, you are not to prepare your defense beforehand, for I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist or refute. You will even be handed over by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair on your head will be destroyed. By your perseverance, you will secure your lives. The gospel of the Lord.
Praise
Praise
you,
to you,
Lord
Lord
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ. All right.
Solid.
Yeah.
Even though it says that it's going to suck real bad, it's still going to be okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Feels like we're getting real close to those times.
I agree.
Feels like we're getting real close.
I can't help but when
Be ready for persecution.
when I read, we've visited this verse a few times in different chunks. But the uh, see that you will not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come." First thing that comes to mind is like Luther and Calvin, and then the Billy Grahams, and then the Rapture people, and
Well, the Billy
then
Grahams are the rapture people.
well, but like
Yeah.
Billy Graham stands in and says, "Well, I got a word," like
Right.
those all that stuff comes to mind. And then further down it says that you'd be handed over. Well, yeah, it could be like they turn us in for being religious, but also in the handing you over would be to subject you to the false teachers, to
Yeah.
the false,
I don't know.
and so it's like, I don't know, for me it's just kind of like one of those like layered ones that like gets me thinking, and I'm like,
Well, like they always say, nobody fully understands prophecy till after it's fulfilled.
right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so we'll wait and see. Could, but just stay guarded, people.
And the
Stick to the traditional faith. These new things they keep trying to add, steer clear of it.
yeah,
Well, it doesn't matter. Protestant, Catholic. That everybody's trying to push this more worldly view into the church, and it needs to be resisted.
yeah, I agree with that.
Bottom line, yeah.
And then one other thing that kind of like started sticking out last year is the some and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky. The fact that we've seen like the northern lights,
Yeah, Like,
so vividly the last 2 years now. This is year 2 that it has happened.
right.
I last year I was kind of like, um, is this it? Is this the signs and wonders in the sky? Maybe it's not, but maybe it might be. And then nothing happened, and I was like, oh, maybe it's not.
Right.
But like Jenny said, it's like it sounds like what's happening now.
Yeah.
So it's just
Just keep guard, people. That's all. Just
we do not know the time.
no. Yeah, they say every generation thinks they're living in the time.
Yeah.
But, and we think like how much worse can it possibly get? But I don't know,
And then
man.
it does.
It can get worse. Yeah, it can get a lot worse.
Yeah. Just think of like, oh man, this is pretty bad whenever we had the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
We were like, it's over. We'll never be private and have nothing. And now we're like, that digital ID's right around the corner, guys.
Right.
New
All right.
new levels.
So you got the epistle?
Yeah. The 23rd Sunday after Pentecost, our thought for today. The same Jesus who raised the maid to life again will make our body like the body of his glory. Therefore, let us not yield to blind passions, but rather let us consider all that we do in the light of eternity. All right, so the epistle
Yes.
from Philippians.
Sure. Why
Brethren,
not?
be imitators of me and mark those who walk after the pattern you have in us. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you, even weeping, that they are enemies of the cross of Christ. Their end is ruin. Their God is the belly. Their glory is their glory is in their shame. They mind the things of earth, but our citizenship is in heaven, from which we also eagerly await a Savior, our Lord Jesus Christ, who will refashion the body of our lowliness, conforming it to the body of his glory, by exerting the power by which he is able to also subject all things to himself. So then, my brethren, beloved and longed for, my joy and my crown, stand fast thus in the Lord, beloved. I entreat Evodia and I exhort Syntyche, no idea, to be of one mind in the Lord. And I beseech thee also, my loyal comrade, help them, for they have toiled with me in the gospel, as have Clement and the rest of my fellow workers, whose names are in the book of life. The
The word of the Lord.
word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. All right.
Oh, yeah. The gospel according to Matthew.
All right. And I had to get my glasses on. At that time, as Jesus was speaking to the crowd, behold, a ruler came up and worshipped him, saying, Lord, my daughter has just died, but come and lay your hand upon her, and she will return to life. And Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. Now a woman who for 12 years had been suffering from hemorrhage came up behind him and touched his tassel, touched the tassel of his cloak, saying to herself, if I touch but his cloak, I shall be saved. But Jesus, turning and seeing her, said, take courage, daughter, your faith has saved you. And the woman was restored to health from that moment. And when Jesus came to the ruler's house and saw the flute players and the crowd making a din, he said, begone, the girl is asleep, not dead. And they laughed at him. They laughed him to scorn. But when the crowd had been put out, he went and took her by the hand, and the girl arose. And the report of this spread throughout all the districts. The gospel of the Lord.
Praise to thee, O Christ.
Praise to thee, O Christ. There. Okay. Through all the readings.
Sorry, I'm trying to place my next ribbon for Latin Mass, and there's extra pages here.
Oh yeah, there is the 2 extra masses there for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess I'll still use this book for the show, but this will be this last week I have to use this book. I got a um new book coming, which has the Sunday epistles and gospels. So it's basically got the propers for the Sunday
Mm-hmm.
TLM. Then it's got all the prayers and devotionals and all that Catholics did for hundreds, if not 1,000 years.
Oh, we kind of touched on that last week
Yeah,
with
the
the
Blessed Be God
extra.
book.
Well, the Blessed Be God book, but then I was also trying to explain that some of these prayers, almost all of the prayers in the back of this book, gives you your indulgences.
Yes, and then so the Blessed Be God's basically this on steroids.
Yeah, that'll be here Tuesday. You said
Tuesday, yes.
Tuesday.
Also, my Jesus, Mary, and Joseph missal will be here Tuesday.
Oh, nice. Oh, I
Yeah.
wonder if they sent them out together.
They're from two different companies.
Oh, never
so,
mind. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
Just
the
kidding.
the Blessed Be God book came from praylatin.com.
Mm-hmm.
Praylatin.com is a great website for traditional Catholic stuff, especially if you like it in Latin.
Yeah, that's where we got our cards from.
Yes. Yes. And then the other book came from thrift books online. I buy, I find these old missals and stuff from the 50s and 60s, and I'm like, oh, hey, that's really cheap. Let me get that and see what's in there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's the best way to find all this stuff. That's really hard to find this stuff anymore of like what Catholics did. From the Council of Trent up until 1960.
yeah,
1965 or whatever. You know what I mean?
right.
When they just
Well,
went and changed everything
and the Council of Trent just kind of solidified everything
that they were doing
was
up to that point. Yes.
was like pretty much solidified with Gregory the Great.
Right, all
in
the way
like
back to the
600.
fifth century, 6th century. Yeah, I think it was 5 something, but yeah. But either way, so yeah, it's this thousands of years of Catholic history, and then in 1965, everything changed,
Yeah,
and it's like I don't want the changed part. I want the thousands of years of
right.
Catholic history. I want to do what my great grandparents did. I want to pray those prayers.
Yeah,
I want to live that life. I want to live that routine of wake up, say these prayers, do this.
yeah. No, it's
Since I've been doing it more, it definitely, I think it makes a difference.
oh yeah. I'm a what weekend?
You're a full weekend, week and a half, but a full week now.
I enjoy it.
The liturgy of the hours, the divine office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The morning one that we do, it's the same one every morning. I enjoy that one.
Oh, the invitatory.
Yeah, because it's just a nice reminder. It's something I'm already hyper aware of. We're just fleshy meat sacks, and we're gonna kind of always do the same thing. And it falls on a small handful of people to do what you got to do, when you got to do it, how God tells you to do it. Um,
I don't know who Walter Block is.
I don't know who that is either. Um, but like reading that every day at the beginning of the day is it kind of it sets the tone, one might say. And so then I'm able to kind of go throughout the day. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I just looked up Walter Block.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Not really.
Okay. Anyway, what were you
I
saying,
don't know.
babe?
But reading that first thing in the day, or first thing, to start the day, I have that. I find myself referencing that as like, this is just like
Yeah.
at Maribah and Massa.
Yep.
This is what we do.
Yeah. I
you know?
swore to myself they would never enter into my rest. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I will endure them for 40 years.
I know. I endured them. I had to endure them for
Right.
40
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Right. And as someone who's not quite 40 yet, I'm like, I'm not done. I haven't even endured them as long as God endured them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's useful. I actually shared it, Grug, if you're watching this, hanging out, I shared it with him. I was like, I don't know if the Orthodox people have something like this, but I find it very helpful and useful.
Yeah, the Orthodox have liturgy of the hours. I don't know if they use the same breviary, but they do. They do a liturgy of the hours. It's the same thing. It's based off of psalms and readings,
Right. Yeah.
and certain prayers,
Yeah. At the very least,
antiphons, and you know what I mean. Yeah.
At the very least, I figured he'd look at it and then be like, "Oh no, we do have this thing, an Orthodox thing," and then maybe he could start doing it himself.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. The Orthodox definitely do liturgy of the hours, or the divine office, or whatever you want to call it. It's got a million names.
Yeah. Speaking of our Orthodox friends, Xerox had a question on Friday, and it was, do Catholics fast for nativity?
No.
No, we do
Now,
not.
now,
What is the difference? Because
yeah, we have
our
Advent
nativity,
leading up to Nativity is a time of penance.
yes.
There's Ember Days in there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there's no specific fast that I'm aware. And again, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what the pre-conciliar church did during these days.
Yeah.
I know in the post-conciliar church they don't even do the Ember Days anymore. They it's zero. They don't give up anything for
No,
um
it's all getting ready for baby Jesus.
yeah. So I'm guessing that's the same as we do Advent. Is that same time period, the 40 days up until Christmas?
So their blessed nativity
Pretty
fast
fast. Yeah.
starts November 15th. So they've already been in it
Oh, okay.
for a few days
Yeah,
now.
we don't start Advent until the 27th or something like that
Right.
this year.
Yeah. The 30th.
Or the 30th. Okay, yeah.
So you guys it's November 15th through December 25th. So
Yeah.
it's a 41 day, 40 day, something like that. But yeah, 40-day fast until Christmas. And I looked, like, just skimming, just looking, just to learn a little something. It's very similar to like the Lent.
Yeah, it is very similar to Lent. Yes.
Um, which that's not that we were gonna go hard like we did in Lent, but that's what we're, trying to find out, is if the pre-conciliar
Yeah,
Advent
Advent.
was different, then we'd like to do the different.
Oh, yeah, Jenny. Well, it's Advent goes to Nativity, and then Nativity to Epiphany, and then after Epiphany is ordinary time in the old rite, or in
For
the
a
new
few weeks.
rite, or weeks after Epiphany in the which basically leads up to Lent.
Yeah.
And then you got Lent into the Triduum. So, but yeah, we do our fasting at Lent. There, like I said, there in the traditional Catholic practices, there are Ember Days in Advent, because Advent is still a time of penance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what penance that the church does nowadays. I can't find any, but there used to be.
Yeah.
And I plan on doing those once I figure out what all of that is.
Oh, yeah, Christmas. Yeah,
Christmas tide is Christmas tide is from Nativity until Candlemas,
Yeah.
February 2nd.
Yes.
Yeah, Christmas tide runs all the way to February 2nd.
Yes. And Epiphany is in the middle. It's
Yes,
like in
Epiphany
between
is like the
January 6th.
yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, you've got Christmas, then you've got the presentation of the Lord, and then you've got Epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
Presentation of the Lord is the Sunday after Christmas.
Yeah. So that question answered.
Yay.
Go me.
Okay, well, so with all that being said, I guess we'll talk about the differences in the masses we went to today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So one thing that kind of always irritates me is the lack of reverence at most Novus Ordos. And when I say lack of reverence, it goes everything, even to like the attire.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really believed that that was the body and blood and soul of divinity of our Lord in that Eucharist that you're receiving, you think you would not wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt to church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You think you would not wear shorts when it's 38 degrees outside?
Yeah.
You think you
Or
would just
tank
walk up there and
tops.
pluck it out of the priest's hand? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I'm like, if you truly believed what you're supposed to believe, what we claim to believe as Catholics, there's no way you would approach your Lord that way.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
I want to make excuses, but I also like I just can't. I just can't, because I've always that was one thing that my mom was always good about, even when we were going to LDS church. Like, on Sundays, you look your best because you're going to the house of God. Like, so that's something that's always been, within me. And I do have like a certain standard for like Sunday. Now, weekdays, I'm definitely not in a dress, the whole like fancy schmancy like I do on Sundays, which it really isn't fancy schmancy, but I do kind of like go a little bit casual on the weekdays, but definitely not my grocery shopping clothes, definitely not my hanging around the house clothes. Like,
Right.
it's, they're still appropriate. attire for the event.
Yeah, it seems like there's never appropriate attire at the Novus Ordo.
No. No.
So and then so especially today there was a family. So at the
Mhm.
Novus Ordo, they have before the consecration, they have family usually walk the gifts up, which is basically the host and the wine that will be consecrated later.
Yeah.
I won't even get into how I feel about that, but and these families usually know in advance, and they're usually a door greeter
Yeah.
that week. And so we walk in and we see the door greeters, and I'm like, oh my god, these are the people that are going to bring the gifts up.
Yeah.
And then they brought the gifts up, and I was like, yep, I was right.
Yeah.
And and the dad was wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
The mom was wearing a sweatshirt and tights,
Yeah.
like yoga pant
Yoga
tights,
pant, leggings. Yeah.
leggings, whatever you call them. And the kid was, the kid was dressed better than all of them. She was in a shirt and pants, but
Yeah.
but like either way, like this
She
is
was
what you
she was dressed age appropriately.
right. But I'm just like, this is what the parents chose to wear on a day that they knew they were going to be
Every
presenting the
single
gifts
person.
at
Right.
mass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I understand if you're a very poor person, that is your best clothing. But I
Right.
know that's not their best clothing.
No.
That they
not.
live in board. That is not your nicest clothing.
No.
And even if it is, you can afford nicer clothing.
Right. Well, yeah, you should have like a specific usher's outfit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
if you're gonna
the
be doing
one,
these things, yeah.
the handful of times we do have to do it. Here's this nice outfit that we both have. That this is what we wear.
Yeah.
Adults wear. And the kids are just let the children. As
Yeah.
long as they show up and they look put together, it's all right. Everybody kind of
Yeah.
understands. You can only dress your children up until about 3 to 5 years old, and then after that you're just at the mercy of a flailing, or an angsty,
Right.
So, but anyways, but yeah, it's just and not to just single out that one family. It's that type of stuff across the board.
Right.
There's, it's just it's very casual.
Yeah, it's very casual. People
Very
don't.
casual.
Yeah, and if your worship is very casual, then the way you live your life for Christ is going to be very
Very
casual.
Yeah.
That's just my, that's how I see it.
And also that's a common it's
Yeah, it's not an original idea I've had. This is
it's a common opinion among people who have they themselves had to realize like, oh, I I'm not as serious about this as I should be.
right.
Or I like this isn't I'm letting myself go spiritually.
Yeah.
And it's just these difficult things that you have to deal with yourself. And then because you're already in the process of doing it, then you're like noticing it in other people and you relate the struggles and the shortcomings that you have in your casualness and you're just kind of like, well, I just assume I'm not a one-off in the way that it all plays out.
Yeah, no, I can say these things, so I went through them myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where the more you learn and then the more you actually believe these things, the more you're like, oh yeah, no,
The more reverence is required.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like I actually believe in the real presence in the Eucharist. I actually believe that the Mass is where heaven meets earth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I actually believe, that the priest is literally offering the sacrifice to God the Father, like in presence, he's there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, I wear at least a sport coat and a tie every time, or if not a full suit. But yeah, no, I'm gonna dress for the occasion.
Yeah.
But anyway, so aside from the complete, what's the word you use there?
Casual.
Yes, how casual, the casualness of the Mass,
casual Fridayness.
of the entire Mass. Yeah, and then the homily today from Father Adam was a little odd.
Yeah.
Where he's basically his homily is about him falling asleep during prayer because he doesn't sleep enough.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's like that's just normal. That's how people pray, right? You fall asleep, and it's like, I mean, I guess if you're praying at night, you know what I mean. But throughout the day, you shouldn't be falling asleep during prayer.
Well, no, but but this is where I'm like I can get where he's coming from because sometimes if you're doing the holy hour,
Right.
which is the context of the story that was being told,
Right.
that is one whole hour that you have 0 dopamine hits.
Yeah.
You have nothing. There is nothing feeding you. There is no source of entertainment. There is no source of engagement,
Okay.
right? But uh, just realistically, there's just not. It's just you, yourself, and your brain. And if your prayer life is that of weak, weak sauce,
Okay.
where you're just chatting with your friend, and there's a lull in the conversation,
Okay.
you're gonna,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a little sweepy. You're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna get a little
No,
sweepy.
I hear you.
It's an hour,
Yeah. No,
you
I hear
know.
you.
And I think I think it's like a relatable enough thing.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying like this is where we're at with our homilies.
Right. This is a lesson
Right?
that
This is
we're
a lesson
supposed
that
to
we're
all
supposed to
walk
all
away
walk
with.
away with. Is
Yeah.
like, it's all right to fall asleep when you pray, but
Yeah.
you should get more sleep.
Right. Yeah.
Was kind of it.
Yeah.
And then we went to Latin Mass today, and um, again, everybody's dressed appropriate.
Yeah.
Women are veiled, men are in appropriate clothing.
And
Not
that,
everybody's wearing a suit, but at least a collared shirt,
right.
slacks.
Yep. There is, and there is one family that I would think that this is the best that they have.
Yeah.
And even their outfits are more put together and more thought out
Yes.
than the casualness of of our home parish.
Yeah, like I don't want to call people out like, oh, but like yes, they're
Right, yeah.
clearly not a very well off family. They're
Right.
clearly they don't have much,
Yep.
but yet they still
They
are dressed
still-
extremely appropriately with dresses and head coverings and yeah,
And
no.
it's
and this and even the son is
he's
appropriately
got a
dressed.
collared shirt on and a pair
her
of
slacks, yeah.
slacks.
Yep. Like
You know.
clearly the best he can do, but
Right.
like it's obviously very
These are-
reverent.
yep,
Yeah,
these are
very.
Sunday clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
Which
like, and,
is-
and nobody even thinks to judge because you look at like absolutely, and
yeah.
you sir did the absolute best you could do, and we commend that.
Yep. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that's just the difference in the expected. And it's not even like it's not that there's a dress code sign outside. It's just like once you go, you kind of understand like, oh, this is
This is different.
different.
This is to be taken seriously.
This is to be taken seriously. But then also like after you sit through, I think for the most part, like just the lack of control and participation that we have in it.
A sweater and turtleneck is perfectly acceptable for a woman,
Oh
Ginny.
yeah, perfect. That's perfect. Oh, who's trashing Crocs?
Oh, JC's trying to wear Crocs to church. Like, I mean, bud, if
Hadley wears Crocs to church.
yeah,
She's 12.
Yeah.
You know, everyone every once in a while she does the Crocs. Most of the time she tries to do a cute look. She's trying to find her sense of fashion, which God bless her for trying.
if you're comfortable in Crocs in front of our Lord, bud, then and have at it, I guess.
I wear mine to weekday masses sometimes.
Yeah. Again, women are different though. Women can wear a dress in Crocs or a dress in sandals. With men, it's a little different.
That is true. Yeah.
It's a little different
I
with
guess.
men.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Although honestly, I don't give guys, especially on a weekday mass, I don't give any guys slack that like, or any guys crap that are wearing slacks and like a polo
Yeah.
and Tivas or something. Like it's a weekday mass,
fair.
that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Weekday masses, that's completely acceptable, honestly.
Right. Well, yeah, because you're probably doing it before you go to work or in between or
Yeah,
whatever. Like
and you
you
it's
have
just-
normal life that you're living. This is you're making the point to come do this.
Yes.
Is
Sunday is a holy day, is God's day,
Right.
which is why you dress for God on Sunday.
right. Yeah.
And if you're going to a weekday mass, you should still be appropriately dressed.
Right.
But there's no need for a tie. If it's summertime, I'd say Tivas with slacks is acceptable.
Yeah. Deacons' wives shouldn't be wearing booty shorts to weekday masses.
Yeah. But yeah, and then also like even the homily today at the Latin Mass was just like it was just remind everybody that this is serious. This is not a game.
I beg of you. I beg of you.
Yeah.
Pray for the sick, pray for the dying, and pray for the deceased.
Yes, I beg of you, pray for the dead. People, anyone on about people who have been dead for a long time, they have no family left, they're long forgotten and they need prayers.
Yeah.
Um
And I think that might be because it's November, but also Catholics are the only ones that are doing it,
Yeah.
right? And of the Catholics that are supposed to be doing it, the number is low.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I care I'm looking the more I look into, what did traditional Catholics used to do for Vatican II, praying for the dead was a
It was a
big
lot.
part of it.
Yeah.
Like that was your obligation as a Catholic to
Yep.
pray for the dead.
The main
Um,
reason I just it just made so much sense to me is because like my own, you know, DNA family, there's so many people who fell out, who, left the church, who, you know, uh maybe they didn't even get the opportunity to join the church, right? So like but they still lived and died, that their soul still is owed to God. How's it going to get there? How's it going to get there, Uh is the
yeah,
thoughts that I had on
people
it.
in purgatory need prayers. You got out of purgatory. That's,
Yeah, that was a nice refreshing thing. And it was also like the one of those very stark contrasts is like we heard a story about a youthful arrogance that ended up in a woman telling him to get more sleep.
yeah. Basically, a story about him getting bossed around by a woman, a priest. At the time, he may have been. I think he was just freshly out of seminary, but he may have still been in seminary. But either way, a woman at a Catholic conference telling him how things are going to be, and he had to just accept it.
Yeah.
Was the moral of the story.
Yeah.
And then the other one is, I beg you, I plead with you, do your job as a Catholic and help people and pray for people, pray for the dead, pray for the sick, help the poor.
Mhm.
You know, um, and a little bit of fire and brimstone in there, a little bit is like, but but a true Catholic servant, and this is your jobs as Catholics,
Mhm.
reminding people.
Yeah.
So
If
just a very
if you don't do it, who is going to do it?
yeah, just a very stark difference in the two, which you hear at your traditional Latin mass compared to your standard Novus Ordo, basically any parish you'd walk into these days.
Yeah.
Because there's so few places that offer Latin mass anymore. And they're just getting fewer.
Yes.
So, that's kind of the whole point of this too, wanting to learn all this is because, someday I may not have access to the traditional mass anymore, and I may not um
Be able
have
to.
access to a community like that, but I still want to be able to live that life.
Mhm.
So, I can still attend a Novus Ordo and get vowed sacraments and not be happy about how they do it. But I can also still live that traditional Catholic life. I can still say those prayers. I can still, make sure I'm doing the novenas and
Yeah.
praying for the dead and helping the poor and helping the sick and
Yeah.
um,
If you're
praying with proper respect and reverence.
which I'm not sure how to phrase this, but if it gets to the point where we do not have the traditional liturgy available to us, but we are living a traditional life, it is more work on our end
A lot
to
more.
make sure that we are, fulfilled and sustained and maintaining this the reverence that it deserves. Um, but it's also gonna be easier to just know that like this is part of it because I don't it's as much as we say like you don't go to mass to get anything out of it, like that's going to be the epitome of you're not going to mass to get anything out of it because like that it's not going to measure up to what it is, but in my 7 days a week on my own time I'm doing and getting what I'm supposed to.
Right. Yep,
So
exactly. Yeah, the church is there for the sacraments, and if that's all you can get from them at some
then
point, then
that's
that's all
all.
you can get from
Yeah.
them. But like, it's on you to save your own soul at that point.
Right.
And in a way, it's always been on you to save your own soul. And to be honest, the job of the church has always been to distribute the sacraments, and the rest is up to you.
Yeah, that is true.
Um,
And that's probably why it was taken so seriously and why there were so many options available to the faithful
yeah,
pre-conciliar, and it was just something that like you knew about,
yeah, yeah. You
because
knew,
that was a part of everybody's life.
right? You knew we were all fasting this day, and
Right.
that's what the traditional Catholic faith, the way we always lived it out, is a cycle of feasts and fasts.
Mhm.
And it just keeps going in a cycle of feasting and fasting and feasting and fasting, and you just once you get into that rhythm and find it, it should be easier.
Yeah.
But like trying to figure it out is tough because
Yeah.
there's nobody going to tell you.
No.
We don't practice those things anymore.
No.
The church,
So you got to
Catholic
get
Church as of today, they don't They don't have Ember Days anymore. They don't
Mm-mm.
do Rogation Days anymore. Nobody fasts for Lent anymore, but us apparently.
Well, I had like a little rant on that on Friday. Is like, the idea of fasting for Lent is everybody gives up dessert.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like, oh, I don't eat chocolate
oh
for Lent.
boy, oh
Yeah,
boy, I'm giving up extra calories that I
yeah.
don't need
The same thing for Fridays. People don't do meatless Fridays anymore. They give
outside of Lent.
yeah outside of Lent. They're even during Lent. Nobody did. I didn't meet anybody at our church that did meatless Fridays. It's not required.
Well, they did the fish fry Friday stuff.
Yeah. I guess they do
They do.
that.
It's like a fish on Friday during Lent.
Oh, that's right. You know, they do still recommend that. That's
Yeah.
right. I don't think it's mandatory though. I think it's just
Yeah.
recommended.
Well, but then also in the middle. Oh wait, no, because that was a feast day. I was gonna say because like in the middle of Lent we had like a parish dinner, but that was for Saint Joseph's
Yeah,
feast day,
you're
which
right.
happened to fall because of the way it was all.
Yes,
But
there are
anyways,
feast days in Lent that you do observe feasts on.
right?
Um,
Yeah,
in the new calendar. I
yeah,
don't think there is in the old calendar.
probably not.
Um,
Probably not.
yeah.
Which I don't know. It will be okay. The Jesus didn't get a pass in the desert,
No, that's what I'm
so
saying. Yeah, no, I very much intend to live by the old calendar, and what they say goes. Um,
yeah.
so I don't know. Not that I think the new calendar is invalid. I'm not saying that. It's just that to live that proper Catholic life, you have to get in that cycle, and to be in that cycle, you have to follow that calendar.
Yeah.
The same calendar we used for ages.
Yeah.
The same calendar medieval peasants used
Yeah.
to get.
This is one of our couch conversations. Um, uh, I brought up that, everybody feels like we're on different timelines and like there was a split and this and that. And I'm like, it was when we were watching Mass of the Ages, which over the next couple of weeks, we will be doing evening watch alongs.
Yeah,
We
probably
don't,
Tuesday nights.
probably Tuesday
Well,
nights.
we'll talk. We'll get through the story, and when we leave, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. But it was when we were watching that and I hit the pause button and I was like, what if the timeline shift is when we went from the old Catholic calendar to this new thing?
Right.
Because for thousands of years, we were all trudging this one way, all of us. Even if you sucked at it, you were still on this one thing. And then it went with this new thing. But then some people were like, I think I'm still going to do this one. But then a bunch of people went this way. What if that's it? What if that's the divergence?
That's where the world went to shit. We can clearly see it.
These are just the things that I think of and the things that I just like really enjoy being a Catholic. One of the other today we were out running errands and everybody's out raking up their leaves and hoovering up with their lawnmowers and must make yard clean. And I'm not that person. Our yard is covered
No.
in leaves. It will be covered in leaves. The most I might do is get out there and squish them all to my flower beds. I'm gonna put my mint to bed like I did last year, and I'll use my leaves for that. But then after that, I don't care because the snow's coming. And you know what that turns into next year? Compost and
Yep.
mulch for my yard. And maybe some bugs get to live a life. I don't know. Who am
Yeah.
I? I don't care about it. But the the commentary I had on it is like they're like Lady Macbeth trying to get the stain out. All they need is to go to confession. Then they wouldn't be so worried
Right.
about everything being dirty and cluttered and untidy.
Yeah.
Like just go
Must
to
get
confession.
clean. Must get clean.
Right,
Yeah,
like
just go to confession. You won't care.
it's all psychosomatic, most of this stuff. And the longer I'm Catholic, the more I'm like, this is the antidote to being a human. This is the magic pill. that
Confession
makes-
definitely is a big yes. The sacrament of reconciliation. I don't care if anybody says, "Oh, I don't have to confess to a priest because God forgives me."
You feel
Fine.
better.
That's fine. You may not have to do it, but I'll tell you what, man, it helps.
You feel better.
You feel a lot better, and knowing that you're gonna have to go tell this man the nasty things you've been doing, you're not gonna do those nasty things. You're gonna think more about before you do them.
I stopped doing the bigotry for the lulls with the boys,
Yeah.
which was a big part of my personality for a long time.
Yeah. No, there's a lot. Yeah, there's lots of things that are really easy to give up when you're like, I don't want to have to tell somebody I do that.
I'm gonna have to go in again.
Yeah.
Oh. I hope that they're not keeping track, but I'm keeping track. This is embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
with that said, I think we will call it a night. We are over an hour now,
Okay.
and I got work tomorrow morning
Yeah.
as usual. So as we were saying, I think Tuesday night at you want to do 7 o'clock?
Sure.
Tuesday night 7.
We could do earlier.
Tuesday at 7.
Sure.
I don't know that I want to do earlier.
Okay.
I still want to be able to come home, eat dinner. We got to do our
Or
Vespers.
PM.
So
Okay. Yeah, we could do 7.
Tuesday at 7 Central, we are going to do a Mass of the Ages episode 1 watch party.
Yes.
So we invite everybody to come on out Tuesday at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific.
Sure.
Those are all correct, I promise you.
I know that they are.
Okay. and watch Mass of the Ages episode 1 with us. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Patrick.
You're not wrong there, Patrick.
Exactly. And maybe I didn't phrase it that way. I definitely was always like bigotry and racism with my friends.
Well,
for a
you're
chuckle.
welcome, Ginny. We enjoy doing this, so
Oh, I'm glad you enjoy it.
yeah. Tuesday we will be here at 7 p.m. Central for episode 1, Mass of the Ages, and then we'll probably next week on Tuesday probably do episode 2, and then the following week do episode 3. But yes, and then you'll be here Monday for Mondays and Fridays.
Yes, Mondays and Fridays, 6:30 a.m. Central. Don't know what time that is. Otherwise, I don't care. 6:30 a.m. Central. Morning crew. We get together. We hang out. We're doing a watch party of Barry still. We got sucked into season 2, so that's what we got going on.
Yep. So we love you guys as well. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate you being here. God bless everybody.
Yes.
And
he's opening stuff.
no, don't do that. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get the closing video.
I will set that up, JC.
Yeah, she'll set that up, JC. Where's my?
Oh, sweet. You got me the link. Nice. Oh, cool. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. His intro's playing right now.
Oh, awesome.
It's almost like we scheduled it this way.
Right.
All right. God bless you guys. I will see you tomorrow morning. And then we will see you Tuesday.
Yep. God bless y'all. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Pater noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a